We go to. I was just in Australia. I was able to get health care. It didn't cost me anything. Justin was in the UK and broke his.
He's had a hell of a. Was this your worst tour ever? Just get sidebar real quick. Was this your worst?
This one wasn't, but the last year has been a challenge for us. It's been a challenge,
Absolutely.
and Justin broke himself, and we went to a hospital, and they fixed him up and sent him on his way. And if that would have been in the States, he would have had a $30,000 health care bill, and that's that. If you have to keep your job. So you can keep your health care because health care is so expensive to have, then that keeps you a slave to that job. You can't quit because you need that health care.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So it's just another way of keeping that control over the population.
We thank Richard Nixon for the whole HMO thing.
Yes.
He started that with the, hey, we're going to make more money this way.
Yeah.
But it's scary. But to get back to this.
Back to rock and roll. Yes, rock and roll. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Now, your video, it was pulled from YouTube, was it not?
I don't know that. Was it?
I went to view it the first time you guys came. It was pulled from the site. I haven't gotten.
I have to work on that.
Check back to it.
I don't know.
What went into a little bit. Oh, go on.
Yeah, we've been pulled from some things. Not lately, but after September 11th, they pulled a lot of our stuff out of shops and things like that. But I don't know about YouTube whether I think it was pretty tame, to be honest with you. So I have no idea. But yeah, we did a couple of videos for this one. We just did another one in Austria. I guess it was last year. For me, it all runs together because I've been on tour since then. But yeah, we just did a video there as well, and that was a lot of fun. We did it with some young kids in Austria who we just got to know, and we're making videos, and we had them make a video.
Were you on the big fest out there? Was a big day out?
We were in Australia. We were on Soundwave. The two festivals in Australia are Big Day Out and Soundwave. So 2 years ago we did Big Day Out, and this time we were on Soundwave.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the headliner on this one was Jane's Addiction and Faith No More.
Sweet. I thought James was retiring. Is this the final
Jane's
world
Addiction
tour?
is big. Yeah. They keep giving him money. They keep coming out of retirement.
I believe Trent would retire, but I don't know about Perry Farrell.
I don't know. I think Trent Reznor, somebody's going to call him up and say, I got a truck full of money here. Do you want to do another tour? He's going to say, all right. Yeah.
How's the single track and the economy suffering?
It's going well. It's playing in Europe all last fall, and then in the States in the January and February, and then just going to Australia. It's good to look out and see people from different places all over the world who are singing a song. You can see them singing it with you, and you're like, this is resonating. They're getting something out of this as well, and it's a pretty amazing experience, especially when the song is talking about this idea of we need to save capitalism at all costs. Maybe that's not the right route to go.
I'd say at least try to save with common sense first, but a lot of people don't seem to have that.
Well, yeah, it's
egos and feuding.
Yeah, there's no capitalism for the corporations when they fail, but there's when you want to get a loan, they're like, you don't have any money. We're capitalism. We got to worry about we can't give you money, but AIG needs some money. They can always get some of the government's money.
Yeah. So I mean, were you finding it difficult to find material for this album? Because I know you guys most of your career was through the Bush years.
Well, the interesting thing is our career was in the first Bush years. We started the band when the first Bush was president and had
41.
Yes, we were talking about that as much as we were talking about Clinton, and then
read my lips.
Yeah, exactly. And then we were in W. So yeah, it's not about who holds the power. It's about powerful and how they ultimately become corrupt by it. Yeah. And their decisions are made to affix themselves to have more power and to consolidate their power. And whether you're in China, whether you're in Russia, whether you're in the US, whether you're in Australia, it's the same thing. There's people who are in power who are actively trying to take power away from the people and consolidate it under themselves.
Yeah, so I would guess you're not for the New World Order. You would think
unless I get to be the president of the New World Order, then I'm not into it.
Oh, I mean, don't you? I mean, I feel like in a part of a way that kind of scares other countries. What scares us is other countries to keep from invading. Like we owe China $1 trillion. What's to say a billion crazy, Chinamen don't come running over us with guns, and a lot of people have guns in the United States. I think that's a lot of where we can keep a lot of these countries out, because they know that they're going to be contending with a battle right away.
About the G20, and because I come from a family of guns, I come from gun owners, and I've been given the belief that we need to have guns to protect ourselves from a tyrannical government, and I believe that to a degree. But then when you walk down the streets of the police state that was Pittsburgh during the G20, you realize that you could have a bunch of shotguns, and you could have 500 guys with shotguns, and it's not gonna go up against the guys with the Humvees and the armored tanks. And you realize, well, maybe there's something more than just the guns that we need to do. We need to the guns. I'm still battling that one, but I think the organization of the people and the population is what needs to happen for more than just the weapon.
Well, obviously the gun doesn't think; people think. So I mean, obviously, but I've been let down lately. I'm thinking this is a new millennium. We should be the most advanced, technologically. We are advanced technologically, but why does our thinking seem to be almost backsliding? It's this regressive state. I mean, I actually personally blame. Gangster rap for a lot of that. I blame it straight up. I hate
gangster rap is the root of all evil.
Well, you're coming from this time. How many white boys you see walking around like they're, they're all that, grabbing.
Here's my vision of gangster rap. My vision of gangster rap is the punk rock of the urban community. I think that there is the where punk rock kids used to be scary in the 70s and people would cross the street when you saw a kid walking down the road with a mohawk. That's the same thing with the black kid with his pants down.
You just say, "No, I'm just a scared white boy." That's all.
or a scary white boy. Scary, those are the people that.
I've been in situations. So I'm just speaking from a voice of experience here. But how's the tour going now? Does it seem to be settling down?
This is we just got back from Australia. We do this show tonight, which is the redo of the show we were supposed to do last month, and then we have a couple shows, we have a couple festivals we have coming up, but it's slowing down now. We're at the end of the touring for this record. We've done Europe. We've done the States. We've done Australia. The only place we really haven't done yet is Canada, and we're gonna do that at the end of the.
You doing Vans Warped Tour this year?
We're gonna do. Last year we did all of it, but the West Coast. So this year we're just gonna do the West Coast that we didn't do last year. So
you're gonna have some downtime.
So we're gonna have a little bit of downtime. Maybe sit with my goldfish, hang out with my koi this summer, teach them to eat out of my hand a little better. It's good times.
You like hanging in Pittsburgh?
I do. You still love I live in Squirrel Hill.
A worldly man.
Yes. Pittsburgh has a lot of great qualities, and the nice thing about Pittsburgh is that the cost of living is relatively inexpensive, so we can make decisions based on what we believe in, and not because we need to eat. And that's a luxury that we have. Where bands that we know from New York or LA, they have to be on tour because they need to pay their rent and they need to do these things, where we're lucky enough to be like, we don't have to do that because we choose not to. It's not a life or death situation, which is a luxury that we have.
Good positive, because us Pittsburghers, a lot of us can be nihilistic.
Pittsburgh. Yeah, but again, we're lucky enough to. We're lucky enough to be able to get outside of Pittsburgh and look back at it, and we're like, there's a lot of good qualities there. There's a lot of great things going on.
Oh, the art, everything. It's a great time. Construction, city bridges.
City, you get on a Wednesday night in Shenley Park, you sit and watch free movies. That's great.
Watch out. We're plugging city parks now, motherfuckers. Plugging them city parks.
Until they cut that in the budget, then we're gonna be fucking rioting in the streets.
Oh man, Luke better not do that, boy.
I don't care when he shovels my snow, but if he cuts those movies off on Wednesday nights,
it's
gonna be heck to pay.
And my kids are gonna be unleashed on your ass as well. But hey, Pat, I appreciate you doing this.
It was good chatting with you.
Thanks, man. And this is the new video. You have a newer video you're working on, or no?
This is the this one. I don't know which one you're gonna play. Well, let's play that one. That one will be good.
Yes, suffering, let it die right here on the Anti-Flag. The people are the guys right here on Rock Circus.
When all the lights go out.